80 days semen retention. So a lot of people talk about doing semen retention or nofap, and they tell you to go 90 days on it. And I think it might be quite overwhelming for someone who doesn't quite know what to expect. So this is kind of like a video to explain what 80 days of semen retention did to me personally. As you can see on my phone, I'm currently on 82 days. It might be inverted, but I don't know. I'm currently on 82 days of semen retention. It's been literally like such a long time that I can't even remember what it's like to be someone who isn't on nofap or semen retention. Now I am planning to go at least the full 90-day mark, right? So I don't really want to test out what it's like to go back to being my old self, right? I don't want to reset my streak just yet, right? But yeah, I do see myself kind of like detached from my past self. Like I completely forgot what it's like to like release all the time, right? I don't know what it's like no more. But yeah, it really has been a long journey, and I've got 8 more days to go to reach that 90-day mark, and I'll update you guys and make a full day 1 to 90-day timeline. But for now, let's talk about 80 days. So the first thing I've noticed on this 80-day streak is that the longer I went, the more physical manifestations I had come to my life. I've been on and off semen retention or nofap for like 4 to 5 years, right? I've noticed that I've experienced more progress through my actions than I have throughout these 4 to 5 years. I've been on like a hardcore self-improvement journey for about a year now. I've cut out all my friends. I live on the countryside of Poland, so there's like literally no civilization. I've literally did that ghost mode people talk about, like go ghost mode for a year, don't talk to no one and just focus on yourself, king. Like I did that myself, and only throughout these 80 days have I noticed like true significant progress. Like I notice that if I want something, I actually attain it. Like this camera, this is my first camera. I've literally thought about buying this camera a week ago. I thought about having this camera a week ago. I didn't even have the money for it, but I just thought to myself, yeah, it would be good to have a vlogging camera. And then I had this thought a week ago. Randomly just money flew into my bank account. I don't know where from, right? I think it was just like some tax payments or something, like just random stuff, right? Like the perfect amount of money that I needed for this camera came to my bank account and I ordered it. Bro, what? And like at the beginning of my semen retention journey, there was like this similar experience, but it took a little bit longer. So I was thinking to myself, yeah, so everybody who I look up to are reading books, they're educating themselves. I don't even have a book. Why don't I have books? Bro, let me look for some books. 2 weeks later, I have a stacked shelf of books. And I'm like reading everything that like the millionaires are reading, the top guys are reading. I'm following their advice. Bro, I never used to have like these type of manifestations and these thoughts come into my mind. It's like I'm focused more on the physical world. It's almost as if I project something within my mind, it becomes a reality. This is what I mean when I talk about manifestations. I'm not talking about that kind of manifestation where you just sit in your room and just like you talk all these good things about yourself. Yeah, I'm rich, I'm a millionaire, I'm rich, I'm a millionaire. You repeat that like 1,000 times as if it's gonna become true, bro. Like not that type of manifestation. But yeah, it really is like kind of like scary almost. Like I had my whole room redone throughout these 80 days. I'm going hard on my YouTube channel. I'm going hard on my business. Just everything is like coming together. My relationships with people, my ability to communicate with people, everything has just improved significantly throughout my life. Now you could say this is a coincidence, and that is why I'm going to get into some of the mental benefits I've experienced. The first one I'd like to get into, which is probably the most like significant one, is my dopamine receptors are like almost healed. I'm able to remember things more clearly. I'm able to have vivid dreams like I used to have in my childhood. It's like this complete reset on your mind. Do you remember when you was like a little kid and you were able to like remember every single scenario? You were able to like experience life like twice more vividly? Well, that is like the exact same thing I'm talking about. You're able to experience reality kind of like at an increased level. Like seeing things look more beautiful, food tastes more pleasant, music sounds way better. Like you're actually able to kind of hear every single tone and lyric. Another thing I want to discuss is the increase of intelligence. When I study things, I'm actually able to retain the information that I study. I'm actually able to focus on what the person is saying or whatever book I'm reading. I still do tend to get like these intrusive thoughts if I don't eat clean food. Like I notice even if I eat like a ton of sugar like throughout the day, like my focus isn't there. I'm not able to concentrate well. I'm like kind of like ADHD fidgety, right? Like the benefits of semen retention completely like almost disappear like if you eat sugar. Like sugar is poison. Get that shit out of your diet as soon as possible. And yeah, that's kind of like another addiction people have to break. And it's like, I think quitting sugar is just as hard or almost like even harder than doing nofap or semen retention, because you will see sugar every single day. Every single day, if you live with your family or if you literally spend time with society in general, you will see sugar and you will get tempted. But another thing I've noticed, and the last thing I've noticed, like the spiritual benefits, I've noticed that I'm more confident. I'm more comfortable within my own skin. You know, when I walk in a room full of random people, like I don't quite overthink as I used to about how I look or how my body language is or what should I say. I'm kind of like just comfortable with my skin. Like I don't really overthink. I don't try to be someone else. I don't try to act. I don't try to like impersonate someone that I'm not. I'm actually myself, and I don't really care about the opinions of others so much as I used to. Like I still care what people think, right? You still gotta focus on your reputation and you still gotta be respectful in the public. But I've just noticed that I'm not kind of like this anxious ball that I used to be around new people. So yeah, I would say semen retention nofap is completely real. I think it's over exaggerated like throughout the internet. Like since I was doing this for like 4 or 5 years, right? I always thought like this biggest thing ever. Like if I do this, I'll like achieve everything in my life. Like my life will be set. I mean, it is kind of over exaggerated. Like yeah, I do get manifestations within my life, and the longer I go, the more my focus increases, and the more I'm able to manifest these things into reality. But like going 90 days, you won't instantly become like this millionaire celebrity, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that'll be it for the video. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned something. I hope you took something from this video. Let me know how this new camera looks, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.